Well, hey, entrepreneurs, welcome back to another of our live Ask Me Anything sessions, where for the next 20 minutes, we're answering your questions in real time so you don't have to wait for new videos, trainings, webinars, courses. We're getting your questions answered in real time, and some fabulous people actually wrote in early, so let's go ahead and dive in. Danielle sent in a really great question this week and says, how often should you check on old content to see if it's getting new engagement? Okay, so let's think about this. Even on your old content, you are going to be getting new engagement. This can come in the form of comments, of shares, of sending it to different people, of giving little hearts or thumbs up. So how often should you be checking on this? Well, if people are leaving comments, it's really important for you to be mindful of this. And if you have your notifications turned on for your social media platforms, you should be getting most of that information. So when you see a new comment pop up, go ahead and respond to that, interact with that, engage with that. Because even though it's really old content, you are teaching people to show up and engage with you in the way that you actually want them to engage with you. So if they're commenting, you absolutely 100% should be paying attention to that. Now, I will say that sometimes we do not get social media notifications. I have been struggling so hard with YouTube. I can actually get comments. I recently found out that I have comments on videos that I was never informed. And if I check my comments, they're not there. And if I check my notifications, they're not there. And if I check out my notifications in different locations, it's not there. I can even go into specific videos and still not find these comments, but when I go over to the actual video, not the behind the scenes, then I find it. So when it comes to creating that content and checking on your older content, I would say if it was a very valuable piece of content, something that people are checking an awful lot, or something that you know is really valuable to people, or that you are leveraging within your business, you should be checking that maybe once a week or maybe a couple times a week. I would not go longer than once a week, but just check in, see if there's new comments, see if there's new things that you didn't get notified on. But if it's something that doesn't matter quite as much to your business, if it's not leveraging enough within your business, I would go ahead and not worry about that too often. Specifically, I'm speaking of when you're creating a lot of content. So for me, especially with my YouTube channel, I would look at the videos that are getting lots and lots of views. If I'm missing comments on there, that's a problem. But if it's a video that doesn't get quite as many hits, not as big of a problem. I had some videos blow up this month, like thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and I realized I had missed some comments because YouTube didn't tell me. And not only did YouTube not tell me, but even when I went into said videos, it was hiding things from me, and I just accidentally found it because I went to grab the link from the actual main part of YouTube, and I discovered there were comments, and not only comments, but people commenting to each other and checking back in with me that I hadn't seen. So do check in on things that are really important, that matter, that people are actively involved with or looking for. You will know this by checking on your website what people are going to, what pages people are going to. You will know it on YouTube if you check your analytics. If you're checking analytics on things, it will tell you the most frequently viewed or interacted with videos, posts, content, whatever. Just be mindful of those, like the top couple of them, because you want to be taking care of the people who are obviously going there for a reason. Some of those other things don't matter quite as much. Daryl hung out with us this weekend, said, you always make me wonder if I need to make time for Instagram. Such great suggestions. Hey, Daryl, yes, you do. Right now, Instagram is one of the best platforms for us. It has this really great potential for creating your tribe, creating your following, creating your people who are going to go with you through your business. And this is the perfect way to prepare them to become paying clients. This is a great way to establish community. Instagram is so great because it's got those explore tab features, the search functions. It's got a lot of leverage and a lot of miles inside of this platform. And if you're not using it, I highly recommend you do, no matter what industry you are in. Now, let me be clear. Sometimes Facebook will be more valuable to you. Sometimes YouTube will be more valuable to you, but Instagram should always be like your number two. It is going to be one of the best platforms for you, if not the most important platform for you inside of your business. So take a look. It's highly valuable. I definitely suggest it. Dana joined us this week and said, didn't know this. Thanks for sharing this information. We were talking all about how to add your logo to your live stream this week. So if you were going live on Instagram, we were chatting all about how you can actually be customizing what you're doing, screen sharing, adding that logo. And this is actually from last week's Ask Me Anything. people were watching some of the answers that we gave from there on how to be adding those logos and how to do that screen sharing and how to do all the fun, fabulous things on Instagram. So girl, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. We're going to lean in to read this one. Just a question. When my live video has finished, this is on Instagram, this is an Instagram question, and I saved it to my stories, is it possible to see who watched? Because I can see who watched it live, but I can't see who watched after I finished. Question. That was the question. Okay, so let's take just a step back because this was asked just a little bit ago, and this is before Instagram made new changes this week. So here's the deal. Instagram now sends your live streams to IGTV. They no longer live in stories. So they used to live in stories for 24 hours and then they would disappear. They now live in IGTV, so you can put that up to 1 hour live stream over on your Instagram TV, and you have the ability to leave it there forever and ever and ever. You also have the ability to kick it out to your main feed. So both before and after this new update, you always had and have the ability to see who watched your videos. So when you go into your IG panel, all you're going to do, let me see if I can pull this up for you guys real quick. You are going to go into your page and you're going to click over to your IGTV. So if you're watching, the grid is right. The grid's right here. IGTV is right here. You're going to scroll to the video that you want. And then you are just going to, not pull that one up. You're going to look down here where it says the number of views, and you are just going to tap on that. And at that point, you were able to see everybody who went through that video and interacted with that in any way, including how you watched it. And it just shows you all of those, or most of those. I actually have to, that was my likes. Haha. Yeah, so it does show you how you can see who has interacted with that and engaged with that. All you have to do is click over to the IGTV icon, and then you can go in and you can see who has watched it and how many people have watched it and all that fun, fabulous stuff over inside of your IGTV now. And we do highly recommend that you are kicking this out to your main feed as well. We did chat about that this week, so if you guys have not checked that out, make sure that you do, because I'm loving this brand new feature that now allows us to curate what we are doing over on Instagram. Sorry says, I just started doing these with clients. Love them. We were talking about Instagram Lives and hanging out with guests on Instagram Live. So I'm really glad that you have implemented that into your business strategy as well. Debbie joined us and said, thank you. This is one of the things that's been holding me back from doing Facebook Lives. We're talking all about how you can do split screen on Facebook, very similar to what we're doing here. If you are joining me live, feel free to drop your questions into the chat box right now. We'll get those answered in the next couple of minutes as we're here hanging out, getting your questions answered. We appreciate each and every one of you showing up and hanging out live today. We are live every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on youtube.com/KMRobinson, answering your questions for 20 minutes. We also do this on Fridays over on our Instagram page at 4 p.m. Eastern to make sure we are hitting all of our audiences and getting all of your questions answered. So that's 2 opportunities for you to get questions answered in real time from yours truly. Jennifer hung out with us this week, and we actually had a lot of questions on this one, so I want to talk about this one for just a minute. She was commenting on a video where we were able to screen share on Instagram. She said, I updated my app, but I can't find the option either. I went live once before updating. Any ideas what happened? So here is the deal. And a lot of people wrote in on this one because they were struggling to find the ability to actually do the really cool screen sharing hack over on Instagram. So what we've discovered is that there are some phones that do not support this feature. Within these phones, you are not going to have the ability to do certain things, including screen share. And we have learned that a lot of people are struggling with Samsung. Now, I don't know which models, I don't know what brands this is and is not working for. Typically, we are going to see these updates roll out to like iPhones. They did to make sure that those work really, really well for iPhones, but not all other phones support it because of the things that are done internally inside of the phone systems. So with that, if you do not have the ability to do it, that means that your phone does not support that function. It means you're not going to be able to do it, at least right now. Now, in terms of Jennifer's question, she said, I had the option to go live before, but now I don't. She updated it, and now she doesn't. So what does that mean? That means there were updates inside of the Instagram app where they added in new features and functionalities and required different privacy things and different settings within the phones. So if your phone worked on the older version, that just means that the newer version has some features and functions that your phone can no longer support. So if you had the ability to live stream and now don't, it's because your phone does not support that new update. So for that, you're either going to have to wait around for them to make some kind of workaround for it, wait around for them to get the features to work on those older model phones. But in most cases, you're waiting for the phone to catch up to Instagram. That tends to be the thing here. They don't typically go with the older phones. They're not supporting things. If they're not supporting things inside of the Instagram system, it's because it's an older phone. So that means that you have to wait for your phone provider, your company, to either up what they're doing, or you're going to have to upgrade your phone to get those options. I know, not super fun, but it all comes down to the internal building of those phones. So if you don't have it anymore, I'm sorry. And going forward, if this is something you do want to implement into your business, I highly recommend that you take that into consideration when you are getting your next phone. Vivian joined us and said, wow, this is good. I will save this video. We're talking all about what you should do, or should you do Instagram lives inside of your business? And the answer is always yes. Heath Collins joined us and said, great AMA as always. Thanks a lot. He was hanging out with us last week as we were talking all about how to add that logo to your Instagram lives and answering more questions while you guys were here hanging out with us, and things that you sent in earlier that week as well. Danielle sent in another great question this week. And she says, is it ever too late to like or respond to a comment on your post? Example, you missed a comment from more than a couple weeks ago. Would it be weird to engage with it now? Okay, this is a great question, and this is one that we all struggle with. So I feel you, Danielle. I mentioned earlier in today's episode that I had not been notified by YouTube of a whole bunch of comments, and I'm talking a lot of comments. They were not in my notifications. They were not in my comment section. They were not even on some of the video comment sections. I had to go to the actual video on YouTube and accidentally saw it within the conversation, even though I had been actively checking for it and going into the individual videos and checking within the analytics section of this. So I actually missed some really important questions from like a month ago. And at that point, I had to decide, do I want to engage with this? Is it going to make a difference? Is it going to help? So I had to think, and I had to sit down and think, is this going to be beneficial to them if I respond now? At this point, did I miss the boat? Did I wait too long to respond to them even though it wasn't my fault? If it's something that they probably needed time sensitive wise, I usually let it go. If it's something that I can help with, or a lot of people asked, or I think it's going to come up again, I will jump in, and usually I'll apologize at the end of my conversation for missing it for whatever reason, but I will give them the best answer possible. So it comes down to, is it going to cause more problems now to actually answer that? Is it going to like stress people out? Is it going to be not helpful? Is it going to matter to other people who see this? Or is it potentially going to be helpful? Or is it potentially going to be something other people are going to see and need the answer to? In that case, I will answer it, even though it's a little bit late. And then if it's something that I do think is going to come up again or does matter to other people, like this conversation about certain cell phones not working with certain Instagram features, I'll do a video on it because I think it's going to come up again in the future for other people. More than one person is asking that question. That's probably something that people are going to continue to ask. And so I am going to answer it inside of the comments, but I'm also going to do a little bit extra just to make sure everybody is covered and is able to find the answer to that, because we want to make sure we're giving solutions to people. So is it ever too late? It can be. It can be potentially, but sometimes it is not. And sometimes it is absolutely okay for you to jump in and do that anyway. I always say it's better to engage if you can. Otherwise, like if it's going to be weird, don't do it. But if you can, absolutely do it. All right, we had another comment that says, I would definitely love to do an Instagram live one of these days. Your video makes me want to do them. Yes, video on Instagram, so important. It's so important for you to jump in and do that because I find you get more real-time engagement on Instagram than any other platform. Yes, I do have some really cool people show up on YouTube. And yes, I do have some really cool people show up on Facebook. But on all of my platforms and all of my businesses, I have found that you get better immediate engagement on Instagram than you do anywhere else, even if you are promoting things well in advance. So I love working on Instagram because it's an entirely different group of people. They interact differently and they interact more. I get tons of conversation here on YouTube. I get pretty good conversation on Facebook, but people show up on Instagram and they talk. So there's a lot of really cool things on Instagram. I highly recommend that you drop that into your marketing strategy as well. And check out all of our videos because we have lots and lots of trainings on how to do this specifically to grow your business in a profitable way. And if you're loving this, we're not quite done. But if you are loving this, now's the time to hit that the subscribe and notification bell. That was hard, guys. Sorry, I looked and saw the wrong word. Hit that subscribe and notification bell because we are doing even more trainings on how to grow your live streams, your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook. There's so much that you could be doing, and we are helping you to build that profitable business through smart social media marketing. So subscribe and notification bell because you don't want to miss out on that one. Eva joined me this week and said, "Hi, lovely. I want to know what you're using to save your IG live like that. And how do you make this colorful screen? Please, please, please tell me your secrets. I find Facebook Live more powerful than IG, but I still go to do a live here on my YouTube channel." Oh, she still has to do a live. Great tips, by the way. Hey, girl, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Here's the deal. I've actually have a video out on how to screen save on Instagram. So there are two different ways that you can be screen saving your Instagram lives. One that is a nice clean version without a bunch of messy comments in the way. And one is a social proof version where you do have all that interaction on screen. It comes down to where you're saving it and how you're saving it. And I've got all the tips and tricks inside of the video here on the platform. But the short answer is you can screen save it right from Instagram, or you have the ability to tether it to your computer and screen record it from there, or screen record it directly on your phone. So there's lots and lots of options and lots of ways that you can be doing things within your Instagram to then leverage it and put it out on the other social media platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, teaser videos on different areas. You can even put it in IGTV, both as a now full-length video, and you can chop it up and make a teaser video to send them over to your YouTube. So many ways that you can be doing this, and I love working on this. So make sure you check out the video. I dropped you the link in the comments so you can actually check that out, but it's right here on our page as well for those of you who are joining us here on the talk show. Every single Wednesday, we are going live right here on youtube.com/KM Robinson. And I would love for you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell because we are doing this every single Wednesday and then over on Friday on our Instagram page. You do not want to miss out on this one. And if you need help with your live streaming, whether it is an Ask Me Anything session just like this one, you're doing a Q&A, you're doing some type of training, you're using it as a webinar, you're doing a talk show, I have got the help that you need, plus a bunch of freebies. Livestream Action Plan is the place to be. Come on over. We're talking all about how you can do one really big, important live stream in your business every single month to create a more profitable brand through your smart social media marketing. And I have a full free course for you that teaches you exactly how to create your own talk show, everything from technology to what to wear, to how to work the buttons on screen, to how to get guests on your show. And then I've got not one, but two actually free action plans to show you exactly how to run these amazing live streams. And then if you want more help, I've got a monthly membership where I'm giving you everything from captions to setup to your agenda list to your marketing. And we're talking all about how to repurpose it as well. So it's like 95% done for you. All you have to do is fill in some blanks and hit that record button, and then you're good to go. I am so thrilled. We are jumping into the world of Livestream Action Plan, and I would love for you guys to come join us. We are doing amazing things inside of our community, including helping people out with thumbnails, and we're actually holding office hours tomorrow afternoon. So if you are a member, if you're a current member, we're holding office hours. We're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about repurposing your video from your live stream that happened or is happening this week. So thrilled for this. I will see you guys at office hours tomorrow. And for the rest of you, I will see you here on the channel for more behind the scenes on how you can create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. Thanks guys so much for joining me. I will see you again in the next episode. Until then, have a great day and stay inspired.